over a little bit is you're going to have a Hurlburt tipping off here with Mike Nile, who will be heading off to Northern State here in the fall. Ian Mochenbaker, his former foe, current teammate now, and it will be throughout college. Ian Mochenbaker takes it up court, looking down low for now, being guarded by a Hurlburt, looking for the back of the iron, no good. Rebounded this time is Joe Hurlburt, the young man who is going to end up going to Colorado to be a Buffalo here in about a month or so. Left wing, they have it with McQuillan. McQuillan being guarded, back up to the top, they move it around. High scoring affair last night, Jays, 118-108. Looking for some similar fireworks this evening as it's stolen away here by Mochenbaker. Over to Sharif. He goes up and around, some contact, can't get the finish, and Joe Hurlburt with the board once again. 40 seconds in and a pair of rebounds for the 6'11" forward. Head to Colorado here in a month or so.
Yeah, 2 Power 5 recruits here, the Hurlburt brothers.
Back down low, looking for the slam. It was Paul Olsen. There was a little bit of contact, so he didn't get a good snap off that rim. But the first bucket of the night is going to go to Class B. 2-0 here, a minute in on the Hornbacher scoreboard. Now thought about a three, decided not to. Drives it inside. Brett Lemke, floater, back of the iron. Bats it up and around, and Gannon Lemke comes down with the board. He pushes it up into the front court, goes between the legs, back into the wing, looking this time as they have it with Joe Hurlburt down low, looking for the 10-foot turnaround jumper, can't get it to fall, rebounded by Nick Carlson of West Fargo High. And back over to Mochenbaker. Lots of former foes becoming friends here last night and this evening as another jumper is missed by Class A. 2-0 here, a minute and a half in, Jace.
I think they're off the pace from last night, currently the way things are going, James.
Hey, well, you know what? You gotta see one fall, and all of a sudden things turn on right there. Joe Hurlburt's shot, no good. Mochenbaker has it at the three-point line. Driving inside, looking for the shot. Going to be blocked by McQuillan, but he's going to be fouled. They're going to see a little bit of contact. And Mochenbaker, who has made a lot of people happy in this Fargo Davies gymnasium, is looking to try and do it for one more 40-minute game this evening.
Yeah, I mean, one more time in front of the home crowd on your home gym. I mean, obviously, he had a chance to lead his team to the state tournament once again, and they came up short. They didn't get a chance to get back to that, get to the championship game. But you know what?
It was a hard-fought battle. It was a heartbreaking state semis loss. But you know what? The way that they were able to rebound and win their state placing game was phenomenal, and just showed the leadership of that young man who's going to be heading to play for former NDSU head coach Saul Phillips at Northern State with a turnaround floater up and in from Gannon Lemke.
Yeah, I mean, I think Saul Phillips is doing a great job of mining and developing that talent pool on his team, and it's got a direct vein to the Fargo-Moorhead area.
Well, and the connections he has from when he coached the NDSU, three-pointer up at the top of the key is good this time for Mike Nile. He's almost poaching players from a school like NDSU at the Division I level even, because he can say, hey, instead of playing 2 years, you can play 3, maybe 4 at Northern and make a national tournament, and that sounds really appealing to a young man or woman, or a young man in this regard, trying to get his schooling maybe partially or fully covered and playing some sports at the same time.
Absolutely, because we saw, Jackson Monet go down there from West Fargo Cheyenne. He's got his teammate Michael Nile coming down there next year, and Jackson Monet, not only did he go down there and take part and be a part of the Northern State University men's basketball program, he ended up becoming a starter right away. And he was the guy, like you said, that took over, scoring, etc. For that team. We got a chance to see him play in person at Moorhead's gym when they played MSUM. I keep wanting to call him Moorhead State.
One of these days, we'll beat it into your head enough like a mallet, and you're just going to incidentally yell Minnesota State Moorhead.
Yeah, exactly. But we got a chance to see him play there, and he didn't have a real productive first half, but that second half he got things going, and he really showed us, and that was a December game, he really showed us what he can become at the collegiate level. And there's part of me at times, James, I wonder if he's going to spend 4 years at Northern State. He might get a chance to, like some other Northern State players, and go play for your other favorite team, University of Minnesota.
Parker Fox, he's doing his best to do it, but another devastating knee injury for him, and he'll be out for 2 straight years trying to play for the Gophers. But you know what? It's awesome to see as you had Paul Olsen go 1 of 2 from the line, stole it away this time. Look at Trayson Eaglestaff stepped into the game for the first time, and he's going to throw down a 2-handed jam in transition. The 6'6" forward from Bismarck High, he's going to be playing the University of North Dakota this upcoming fall, and he's shown early on, about 10 seconds after he checked in, as to why that coaching staff and Paul Sather said, Trayson, you're the next man up here at the University of North Dakota.
Yeah, he didn't get the finish he wanted at the state tournament this year with his team getting beat out, I believe in the semifinals, as there's a nice bucket there by Scott Wagner from Ellendale. But you know what? He's a super talented player, and UND's got to be ecstatic to have him on their roster.
Top of the key, Kallenbach looking for a three, can't get it to fall. Back down low, Diamond McGill after checking into the game. Smallest man on the court, but he's able to get underneath the bucket at 6 foot tall and get the layup up and in.
And he'll be going off to Mayville State to play men's basketball up there. So we've got a couple players, both from the girls and boys game tonight. They'll be headed up to Mayville to continue playing college basketball.
As back the other way goes McGill once again. Almost 4 minutes taken out the clock. Top of the key, Eagle Staff pump fakes a three, drives inside, looking for the floater, comes up short. Rebounded this time the way Scott Wagner as he kicks it over to Zach Hendrickson from our Redeemers, who's committed to playing golf at Minot State. And a three-pointer knocked down this time by Zach Hendrickson, as I was talking about him there. Driving inside is McGill. He'll be fouled, getting 2 free throws from the stripe here.
So he's going to go and play golf. Now, first question, our Redeemers, where is that high school located? Since I'm not familiar with all of the Class B schools are in North Dakota.
I believe it's around Bismarck, I believe. Okay. I'm going to be wrong on that, and somebody will call in and correct me, and that's okay.
That's all right. That's how we learn.
First free throw from McGill is good, and speaking of Diamond McGill, the Fargo South graduate committed to playing basketball, men's basketball at Mayville State. We'll have his head coach, Mike Hendrickson, on at the half to talk North Dakota Lions for one, and then two, he's also going to be talking about his former player as well. And Spencer, our producer, kind enough to say our Redeemers is located in Minot. So okay. I was close. I was on the right half of the state for the most part. As a strong finish, so we have Aaron Grubb from Mandan. And he'll get the bucket and the foul, and one opportunity coming his way. 1 point lead for Class B. That is now a 1 point lead for Class A, and one opportunity. 11-10 on the Hornbacher scoreboard. 15:40 to go here in the first half. As that free throw from Grubb, halfway down, falls out, no good. Rebounded this time by Hendrickson as he takes it into the front court. You want to stay tuned for our CI Apparel halftime report as we talk with Mr. Hendrickson, all things about the Dakota Lions, and then, of course, about just the greatness of this basketball game once again. Adam Kallenbach with the steal, kicks it over to McGill, up and around, reverse layup, no good. Rebounded Eagle Staff, and the putback up and in as Eagle Staff points to McGill and says, I know you didn't lose that ball. That was an intended pass.
Well, I think he was pointing for the alley-oop. That's what he wanted to do.
Oh, man.
I just wanted to point out, too, that pass out of bounds there for Class B, but Scott Wagner is listed at 6'7". He's a big man, big young man down low. And once again, Aaron
Welcome back to Fargo Davies, home of the Lions All-Star Game. Three-pointer no good by Mike Nile, but an offensive rebound, kicking over the right wing, knocking down a three this time. Nate Fedorchuk, the young man who just graduated from St. Mary's, is going to go play at Bethany Lutheran men's basketball, the 6'2 guard, knocking down that three-pointer, extending Class A's lead. Retaliation three this time coming the way of Jaden Yankton, the Four Winds Minnewacan State champion in Class B, was no good. And back the other way, Nick Carlson's first bucket of the night, the West Fargo High grad who had a coming out party his junior year in the state tournament into the state championship for West Fargo High. He earned himself this past year a scholarship at Valley City State men's basketball, so he'll be heading there here in about a month or so as well. So congrats to that young man, Nick Carlson, watching him develop the last couple of years. Jace, it's been an absolute treat watching some of these young men and women, and we just get to see night in and night out, what they're going to offer to not just in athletics, but the entire community here moving forward in their lives.
Oh, absolutely. As three-pointer goes in and out for Fedorchuk.
Oh, excuse me, wrong team.
But the thing is, though, is that how many of these young men, especially in this boys matchup tonight, how many are playing basketball at the next level? There's a running layup by Zach Hendrickson. But we've got so many young men that are going to play. We've got, D1 Power 5 commits. We've got other D1 players. We've got D2, Valley City and Mayville. That's NAIA. So, there's a bunch of different levels. And sometimes you look at it and say, well, they're going to play NAIA basketball. It's not that big of a deal. You know what? It is. I would have loved to have been able to play basketball collegiately at that type of level. But, it wasn't in the cards for me, obviously. But just a fantastic crop of young men that we have here tonight, and a ton of basketball talent here on Showcase tonight in the state of North Dakota.
Gus Hurlburt looking for his first bucket of the night. Right elbow jumper does not fall as he'll be heading to Northwestern, and not the Northwestern in the Twin Cities, the Northwestern in Chicago. He's going to be a Big Ten. He's going to be a Wildcat here. The Hurlburt twins going Power 5. One to Colorado and Gus, and then Joe, and then Gus will be going to Northwestern. That's got to be some interesting pickup basketball when you're at home in the driveway.
Oh, exactly. I mean, both of them going to big-time schools as Brett Lemke knocks down a 3. Just fantastic. 2 young men from Inderland getting a chance to play at a huge level. Both of them going to Power 5 schools.
And this time, Gus Hurlburt will not be denied. The 6'9" frame is able to get that floater up and falling down and in. 21-14 Class A lead with 12:50 to go here in the first half on the Hornbacher scoreboard. Nick Carlson, three-pointer, rattles around and out, and rebounded this time by Trapper Skalski of Beulah, who will be going to the University of Jamestown to continue his academic career here as Class B has the ball around the perimeter. Moving around one Hurlburt to the other. And a foul down low as you're going to have a foul being committed on Brett Lemke as he was just trying not to give the offensive player, Max McQuillan, any opportunity because McQuillan at 6'5", one jab step, and he could be throwing down a one-handed jam himself.
Oh, absolutely. I'm just trying to count how many players we have going to play college basketball at some level.
Joe Hurlburt's three at the top of the key, a little bit strong off the back of the iron, and rebounded by Carlson. Carlson takes it up into the front court, looking to show he can take it, not only rebound, but he can also dribble the ball up court. That's huge for college coaches, knowing that they can control the ball as well as rebound as well, because that's something that some players just lack at times. Tough defensive play, ends up being knocked around, stolen away, going over here to Mike Nile, looking up and around, windmill jam. After a steal, and Mike Nile putting on the show. You got to give him a 10 on that one, or you're going to be a little bit of a tougher critic.
Oh, no, that was a 10 all the way.
My goodness.
Had to wait for his teammate to get him the ball, but he was ready. He was licking his chops to show off what he could do on the dunk contest there.
Joe Hurlburt's three-pointer once again does not fall for him. They kick it over to the wing. Class A does with Brett Lemke. Looking down low, back up to the top, into the wing. A three-pointer goes up, out the back of the iron. Gus Hurlburt with the board. Stolen away this time, though, by Fedorchuk. As he goes, drives inside the lane, looking to swat it away. It was going to be Gus Hurlburt, but Fedorchuk is able to get it to fall with a foul and one opportunity coming for that young man.
Nice take there. That is not easy to try and go up and around a 6'9" forward center there that Gus Hurlburt is, but he found a way to get that ball to drop. Now, by my count, James, we've got 5 future college basketball players on Class B, 1 golfer and 1 track and field commit. And then on the Class A side, there are 12 young men out of the total of 16 that were named to this team, 4 alternates. 12 are going to be playing college basketball, and 1 will be playing college football. That is impressive.
That's why it's called an all-star game right
Absolutely.
there. That is awesome. As that free throw is no good. Left elbow jumper, acrobatic. Trey Brandt from Beulah going to play basketball in the NSIC as MSUM's got to deal with him at Minot State.
Exactly.
For the next 4 years. And after watching that acrobatic shot, Jace, I think you know why Minot State and the Beavers wanted him.
Absolutely. I mean, that was a difficult shot right there, able to get it to go down. But I'm just waiting for you to make a Furious Bueller's Day joke on that when it comes to Beulah High School.
Maybe I should.
Beulah, anyone? Beulah? No, that's maybe for the older. That might be for the older crowd. I don't know.
Well, we'll see if somebody calls in if they appreciate that, huh? Maybe on Flag Sports, looking for the alley-oop. Eagle staff had it and lost it. Back the other way, though, and this time he can't get it to fall. Paul Olson wanted it, but the pass a little bit off, and now you're starting to see this all-star game, it's about having fun, and these young men, they're going to want to throw down an alley-oop at some point here. Right corner, Grubbs, three-pointer, no good.
Well, yanking about that three-point, or that alley-oop attempt, he almost made it from behind the three-point line on that pass.
You saw him in the state tournament this past year. He made a lot of shots. Paul Olson's going to get they're going to call a blocking foul on Paul Olson's shot. He'll get an and one opportunity.
That foul.
The young man who was an absolute stud in football, absolute stud in basketball, and just for the heck of it decided to go out for track and field this spring.
And
he's now heading to NDSU as a Division I track athlete.
The track was tough to run track back in high school, and he does it for fun, or
he does it for like a month and a half, and NDSU goes, we need you to move 20 miles north.
Yep.
And he said, why the heck not? Adam Kallenbach knocking down his first three-pointer of the night. He'll young man who just graduated from Jamestown is heading to MSU to play football for head coach Steve Lockway.
I tell you what, though, I've got a couple of cousins that back in the day, they ran track for Harvey, North Dakota, and got a chance to run track for NDSU. But they did that all throughout their high school career. And here Paul Olson is his 1 year of track and field, and yep, scholarship.
As you have Class B looking for a three-pointer, it turned into an alley-oop layup for Paul Olson. He'll take it any way he can get it right now.
That's exactly what that was, an alley-oop all the way. That wasn't a missed shot at all. That wasn't a rebound and put
He made it look like it to throw off the defense. Down low looking for Grubb. That ball is swatted away by Wagner, and Eagle Staff's three-pointer no good. But you do have Mochenbaker coming down hard.
I think he came down on someone's foot because he's grabbing that ankle. But
it's incidental, and it happens all the time. I mean, you do it rec league all the way through the pros.
It is not a comfortable injury, I can tell you that right there. But, you know, it happens often in basketball.
Right corner three-pointer, Paul Olson. I think he's bidding for that CI Apparel Player of the Game, saying, James, I want it one more time before I go to NDSU.
You got to wonder, he might reconsider playing college basketball somewhere.
Well, you know what? NDSU lost a handful of players.
I know.
Maybe coach says, hey, we got a dual scholarship hanging out here.
Exactly, a 6'5" guard forward. I think they could find him, you know, Dave Richmond can maybe find a little rotation for him there. I don't know. I wouldn't rule it out.
What did he lose? 3 starting guards from last year's squad? He's looking to fill the void.
I think about every team in the Summit League lost about 3 or 4 players minimum.
That's a good point.
Due to either due to transfers or graduation. So it's tough to fill those holes.
Looking to assert his dominance. It's going to be Joe Hurlbert driving left side of the lane. Spins around a defender, draws a foul. Shot didn't fall, but he'll get 2 free throws coming his way.
That was one thing. We took a lot of Coach Carla Nelson's time, and I know she had talked on a podcast you can look up on am1100theflag.com.
Yep, the coaches corner that
her and Coach Walthall talked about the transfer portal, and that might have just been Coach Walthall that episode. But the transfer portal is a unique kind of wrinkle that's been thrown into college basketball. If you're a bigger school, sometimes it can help you a lot because you can bring in all these other transfers. But if your school's up here, like the Division II level, and obviously like teams from the Summit League, you're ended up losing a lot of players because you're almost a feeder system to Power 5 conferences.
Eagle Staff to Kallenbach, back up to the top to Eagle Staff. Looking at the wing. Thought about a 3, decided not to. Looking to get a little acrobatic. Right wing to McGill. 10 seconds of the shot clock. McGill's three-pointer's up. Off the back of the rim. Rebounded Joe Hurlbert. He's got to score a couple points because he's on his way to a double-double if he gets a couple shots to fall.
I think so.
As his floater goes up, no good. It's going to be rebounded by the 6-foot McGill.
McGill was way up there for that one. Showing off that vertical and obviously drawing the foul on Joe Hurlbert. McGill just kind of flew in from the side there, just grabbed that out of the air, and Herbert was kind of on his way down and like, well, what are you expecting to do on that, guys?
8 minutes to go in the first half. Class A leads Class B 28-25 on the Hornbacher scoreboard. Fode Sharif turnaround. Jay goes up and hits the front of that rim.
We have seen
2 free throws.
We've seen that move a few times, James, with that spin move there from Fode. Fode Sharif, 6'4" forward out of West Fargo High School. Not sure if he's going to try and continue playing his career. Do we have a college to where he's going to continue his education?
From the most recent info I have, his first free throw is good. He was undecided on a school, but he does want to continue. He wants to go for business.
Oh, well, that's good. Fode Sharif, though, he was a very surprising story to some extent as he knocks down the second free throw, James. But he kind of not necessarily came out of nowhere, but he replaced a lot of the scoring and leadership that they needed out.
Going to Dakota State in South Dakota
down in Madison.
To play. Yeah, so three-pointer is up for Class B as they come back to action. No good. Rebounded by Eagle Staff. 7:40 to go in the first half. The Eagle Staff looking to try and get it to Grubb. Not able to complete it. It goes out of bounds. As you got the former Demon looking for the former Mandan Brave. But Class B with a great defensive play right there. And they're going to force a turnover and get the ball.
A little defense being played after it kind of seemed like we were going to get on an offensive roll there for a while, and Class A was looking to, build on a double-digit lead, but now it's back down to 5 points.
Now low back up to the top. They're looking for it. Jacoby Pearson from Four Winds Manawak loses the handle. Eagle Staff comes down with it. Makes two men fall to the ground. Is able to get a pass out to Sharif, who steps out of bounds before he throws it off a defender. It'll be Class B ball. You know what? That was a kerfuffle of a play. My favorite word. One of my favorite words. And but it was no lack of effort on either side there.
After the turnover, Class B did a good job defending.
Step back three-pointer swatted away by McGill. Class B gets it back. Left corner three-pointer no good by Skalski.
Oh.
And now we have a couple of young men hitting the deck once again here. The Class A ball.
Aaron Grubb on the floor, as it seemed like I saw him a lot of times at state tournament this year. That time, not only did he end up on the court diving for the ball, the Class B player tried to throw that ball off of him while he was falling out of bounds and hit him in the back of the head. So he took a tumble and that basketball off the back of his head.
Incidental, kind of, heat of the action, but man, he's going to be looking at everybody going, what the heck is going on there? Missed shot, rebounded by McGill. Back over to the wing, down low. McGill drives baseline, floater up off the back of the rim. Grubb trying for a second chance opportunity, no good. Third time's a charm. Aaron Grubb getting it to fall. He's up to 4.
He's already got, by my count at least, he's got 6 rebounds on the evening too.
Oh.
So he's active on the glass tonight.
Joe Hurlbert's shot doesn't fall. William Gistra with the rebound, and he'll be fouled. Young man who just graduated from Grafton, a 6'4" forward/center for the Grafton Spoilers. 6:20 to go here in the first half. 16 fouls on Class B, 5 on Class A. Nobody in foul trouble yet to this point. Has another loose ball, but is able to be controlled by Pearson. Pearson has it, and he's going to end up being guarded and poked away this time by Sharif. Sharif in transition, back the other way. Oh. Thought about a one-handed slam and decided to try and lay it in, and it went a little bit strong off the back. No good. Rebounded Class A. Sharif trying to back him down, looking for the floater. No good. Rebounded Joe Hurlbert. McGill looking to play some defense on Hurlbert. He's being pesky, not letting him get by there, and Hurlbert decides to kick it back out to the top as he gives it to Hendrickson.
Gave up about a foot in height there to Hurlbert, but no backing down by Diamond McGill.
Stolen away by Collenbach, looking up to the top of the key. Three-pointer this time, Eagle Staff no good. Rebounded, back down low as they look for Sharif. Into the wing, three-pointer. Collenbach once again is good. He's up to 6 on the night after a pair of three-pointers. 10-point lead for Class A, 35-25 on the Hornbacher scoreboard. 5:20 to go in the first half.
Grubb tried to draw the charge there. It looked like he was set, but he might have had his feet inside the restricted area. So I don't know if that bucket went in or not. I'm saying before the shot, so only the 16th foul. Is it on the shot? So, because they're saying it was on the ground, but I guess they give him at least.
Well, I'm trying to figure that because it's the sixth foul. There should be no free throws, correct?
6th foul would be no free throws.
I was going to say if there's a shot, it's an and one. I was going to say.
And they
was throwing me off for a bit there.
Yeah, because you thought with the continuation that he was going up in his upward motion, so they would count the bucket, give him an and one opportunity. But they said it happened on the ground, so it was just a 6th foul for Class B, and they just got to inbound it.
Inbounded it down low this time, looking for Wagner. Wagner muscling his way up and in.
Got position there on Michael Nile, just able to out-physical him there a little bit.
Carlson up to the top, looking for Eric Wentz, the Minot High State champion, as he's going to play college basketball at McAllister. Men's basketball down in the Twin Cities, playing in the MIAC. He'll be coming up here once a year or so to play against Concordia College in Moorhead. 4:50 to go in the first half. Looking to back down a defender, clear it back up to the top. They look for Max McQuillan. Kicks it over the wing. Paul Olson drives inside, gets that floater up and in. Paul Olson can do no wrong in the first half. If he throws a shot up, it's going to fall.
He's up to 12 points already, leading all scorers from both teams, James.
Step back jumper, Mike Nile showing Saul Phillips why he's able to knock down those tough step back shots. I mean, he was a half a foot inside the three-point line, and he just did it because he knew he could. It wasn't the fact that he needed to. It wasn't a winding down shot clock. He just knew that was an easy shot for him. And then a counter shot from Gus Hurlburt from about 12 feet out. He knocks down that jumper.
Michael Nile, he was a key reserve for Cheyenne, not this past season, the season before. Then he became a starter and became the focal point of their offense as he knocks down a three-pointer. So he's got back-to-back buckets for Class A. But I really was impressed with the development of Michael Nile over the course of this, last 2 seasons.
As he's up to 10 points here now on the evening, and that bucket went down the way of Trey Brandt. He's up to 4 here now. As Class A moves it around, looking behind the back pass, trying to steal it away, not able to. Mike Nile, NBA-style three-pointer. This time the rim will not be kind to him. 3:30 to go in the first half. Class A leading at 40-33 in the Hornbacher scoreboard. Stay tuned for your CI Apparel halftime report as well. So we'll be talking with Fargo South men's basketball head coach Mike Hendrickson and a little bit about him being a member of the North Dakota Lions Club, what that means for the community, and how they're able to put on this event every year. The 46th annual North Dakota Lions All-Star doubleheader, or kind of, I believe the girls, they started 3 years after. 1980, so, I believe, is what it was. And the boys started in 77. So, it's awesome that they're able to get the girls incorporated as early as they did. And once they did, it just hit the ground running, and this event grows little by little every year, and we're in a sold-out Fargo Davies gymnasium at the moment.
Absolutely. And it's interesting when you talk about girls basketball in the Dakotas. I know that girls basketball wasn't a thing in South Dakota probably till the late 70s. And so it's nice to see that they incorporated the girls into the Lions All-Star game as quickly as they did.
Max McQuillan knocking down a 3, getting himself on the score sheet as well. The Kindred boys both on the score sheet at this moment. 2.5 to go in the first half. 4-point game. It's heated here at Fargo Davies. Carlson at the wing, looking to try and break down a defender. No give in Scott Wagner, though, and that jumper's going to miss.
He's creating some space for himself there. He's just not able to knock down those shots. He's also given up a couple of inches and several pounds to Scott Wagner underneath as he gets that rebound, James.
Trey Brandt's shot was a little bit strong. Coming down, there's going to be Scott Wagner, and the young man who's heading off to Dakota State for secondary education in math. He's got 6 points on the evening. Mike Nile, just lighting it up.
Scott Wagner is built like a young man that I think the Dakota State, you said you're going to, they might want to see if he can be the right side of their offensive line. That's a big young man down there, 6'7", built very well.
Oh, a little stop and go right there up to the top, looking for a three-pointer. Is going to connect on it. Evan Gross, the St. Mary's product, for a 3. He's going to go to Bismarck State College and play some men's basketball there. We have substitutions in and out for both squads. Thank you to all of our season-long sponsors on the flag: Music Olson and Associates, Dakota Refrigeration, Joseph's Investments, Consolidated Communications, Hornbachers, CI Apparel, Van Dam Chiropractic, and Glass Doctor. Thank you for making our coverage of high school sports possible all season long on the flag and letting us, giving us the opportunity to cover the All-Star game as well as a step-back J the way of Trey Brandt.
Now that was not an easy shot.
That's just unbelievable. The NSIC is going to have fits with him as in transition off a steal. Trey Brandt, another bucket. He's got 5 points in about 5 seconds and 9 in total.
2-point game now.
Wow. Looking to poke at Lewis. Paul Olson says, hey, I stripped that cleanly. I swear, Rev, I swear. You got to trust me on this one.
Yeah, I wouldn't lie to you.
Oh,
so 1-1 going.
What have I steered you wrong?
I know, is Nathan Fedorchuk. James, are you aware that up until probably I think it was sometime in the 80s, late 80s maybe, that Iowa was one of the last remaining states that their girls basketball was 6-on-6?
Really?
And there was a couple other tweaks to the rule. You had 3 players that only played offense and on 3 players that played defense. And it was a really weird game. You'd have to Google it, but we had a couple college classmates that they said that when they grew up, they played girls basketball was this 6-on-6 games in Iowa, and there was one other state that were the last 2 states to play it that way.
Turn around, Jay from Yankton, no good. Joe Hurlburt, offensive rebound, muscling his way in, no good. Third chance opportunity. Joe Hurlburt's up to 4 on the night. Under a minute to go, 40 seconds here in the first half. It's a 47-45 Class A lead. Mike Nile is stripped. Back to the way goes Paul Olson, and he's going to double dribble.
He looked up and
he had an opening. He saw that Joe Hurlburt was ready for that alley-oop.
Exactly. I mean, teammates.
And got a little excited.
Teammates tonight, one from Kindred, one from Inderland. I think Paul Olson is like, I want to show that not only can I score, and throw down a dunk, I can pass it. And I was going to have he was dreaming about the highlight that he was going to create on that alley-oop to Joel Hurlburt, but just kind of lost the handle on that ball.
They were region rivals as well. I mean, Kindred being state champs last year, and this year Kindred beating Enderlin to get back to state and eventually following the state championship to 4 wins Manawauken. Is driving inside Mike Nile, a little bit of contact, no good. Gets his own rebound though, over to the wing, up to the top. Ian Machenbaker back into the game for Class A, which is good news, but another hard fall and a putback dunked away on Mike Nile. Mike Nile. Wow. I'm lost for words right now.
That was impressive. The way to stick to it. I mean, he's out there against Joe Hurlburt, the much bigger player than him, and he's finding a way to be effective out there.
A jumper at the end of the half by Joe.
It's an Eagles now for 3.
Back to Fargo Davies. Second half is inbounded off here is Max McClellan with a quick bucket, and then countering is going to be Trayson Eaglestaff for a three-pointer. 52-47, Class A with the lead with 19-10 to go here in the second half. Looking for a steal is Carlson, not able to get it though, as McQuillan has it over to the right corner, looking for a jumper. Is that Fedorchuk on that one?
No, it was Hurlburt.
Hurlburt, excuse me.
Gus, excuse me.
Yeah, try to keep them straight is interesting because, you know, they're twins. I get it, they're 2-inch difference, 6'11" and 6'9", but looking for the throwdown jam coming back. Nick Carlson, the putback jam. As I was trying to get a thought out, and I can't believe I got words out there.
That was a highlight call right there.
Man, oh man. Back and forth. We're just going to go back and forth. How about that to start the half with Max McQuillan? Looking around, you're going to have it, bobbled around. You have it, Mike Nile, left elbow. Thought about a jumper, decided not to. Kicks it down low to a former rival, McGill. Right corner, Eaglestaff's three-pointer, misses everything. And they're going to call Nile for a foul right after a rebound by McQuillan.
Just kind of ran into McQuillan, I believe.
54-51 with 18-19 to go, Jace. And based off of the energy coming out in the second half, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some fireworks here early and often.
I think both these teams want to get out, and they want to get up and down the court. They want to make a bunch of threes and dunks and impress the crowd and obviously try and come out with a victory.
Stay tuned as well for your Van Dam Chiropractic post-game report. Love your CI Apparel player of the game at the conclusion of this one this evening is Paul Olson missed a three, and I think that's the first time he hasn't seen it go through the cylinder this evening, and that includes in his warm-up shots.
Well, I mean, I would say he did miss a free throw or a couple free throws, so, I mean, he's seen a couple misses, but
all right, you're just going to pull him right back down to earth.
Yes, exactly. You got to keep
I was trying to be a hype man. I don't know if you're supposed to as a broadcaster, but it's an all-star game, right? Inbounds pass. Mike Nile thought about the jam, who's just decided to lay it in. But
I think he had Gus Hurlburt like right underneath him, so he kind of ran out of airspace to some extent.
So restricted flying zone is what that was.
That's a no-fly zone.
They have it down low. McQuillan, pump fake. Back over to Paul Olson, a two-handed jam. A pair of former Vikings, one to the other. McQuillan kicks it over to Olson. And it's once again a three-point game here with 17:20 to go in the second half.
That was a nice baseline cut there by Olson.
Man, this game has been electrifying here with 17-19 to go. Class A leads Class B 56-53. Early on, Jace, we were wondering if we're going to get the same effect as they had in Bismarck last night. And then all of a sudden, midway through that first half, they started knocking down a couple shots. They had a steal or two going in transition. And this isn't one team dominating the other. This is back and forth, and whenever somebody makes a mistake, the other capitalizes. But they return the favor back and forth, it seems.
Yeah, it's just back and forth. There's a power dribble there by Scott Wagner, gets the hoop and the harm. But once we think, like, you know, the outside shooting of Class A is going to kind of take control and they're going to pull away, Class B fights their way back into this, and now they've got a chance to tie things up with Wagner going to line for an and one opportunity.
He's got 8 points so far in the night, the 6'7" center out of Ellendale. And he knocks it down. We're knotted up at 56 all here with 17:07 to go on the Hornbacher scoreboard. I wonder if they get overtime in an all-star game. Is that
Oh, yeah, it might not.
I don't know. Well, is it like the NBA nowadays where you just go to a certain point, or is it going to be a three-point contest?
I forgot what that's called.
The Kobe, they add 24 or something to the fourth quarter?
It's a rule they came up with in the basketball tournament. And basically you get to a certain point in the game, and they put you have to get to so many points to win the game. And I have to Google it, but it's an interesting way to do it because then you got both teams playing hard just to get to that last part rather than just playing out the last few minutes of the game.
Nate Fedorchuk, pull-up three-pointer, no good. Class B with the board, and Zach Hendrickson. Hendrickson takes it up into the front court. 56 all here. Class B looking for their first lead of the night, and Hendrickson tossed it to Yankton, but it was a little bit errant on that one. It goes out of bounds, turnover, Class A ball.
Do you know how Summer League settles games for if it goes to a second overtime? It's basically sudden death. Next bucket wins.
Well, that's a bummer. What if you have Steph Curry his rookie year and nobody realized that they knew he could shoot, but they didn't know if he'd play.
Hey, all I can say is that there was a double overtime game in Summer League a couple nights ago, and I found out the way they ended is that next bucket wins. So you have your extra time in that first overtime, but after that it's just next bucket wins, just like old pickup games.
Well, I wonder is down low you're going to have a shot up and in from William Giskra, his first of the night. You're going to have a timeout here now the way of Class A. 30-second breather. 15:53. 58-56 with 15:53 to go, and Jace, just like in the girls' game, Class B showing the talent that they truly have.
Yeah, we'll see if Class A after that timeout. You don't normally see coaches get a little upset, as far as in an all-star game goes, but they're competitive. They want to win this game. They want to sweep Class B here tonight.
As Wentz goes up to the top, Sharif looking for the three-pointer halfway down, falls out. Trey Brandt with the board. Brandt into the front court. He's about to walk over that Eagle logo. Goes between his legs with 15:25 to go in the second half. Into the right wing they have with Jaden Yankton. The young man who was electrifying all season long for 4 wins, Minnewacan, has yet to score this evening in the right corner, looking for that three-pointer drop for Hendrickson. He's up to 8 now on the night. It's a 5-point Class B lead. Ian Machenbaker looking to try and put an end to the drought on his home court. Down low they go. Machenbaker at the top, driving inside, loses the handle, and he rolls up on that right ankle once again. Is driving the other way, is going to be yanked, and he'll be fouled. Machenbaker's right ankle really bothering him this evening. And he's just going to walk off the court towards the bench and just saying, hey, I need a quick breather. Brett Limke will check in for him. Yankton to the line for a pair. Looking to get his first points of the night.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Machenbaker walk it off and come back out again. I mean, he's a tough kid, and we've seen him kind of have, some minor things like that before during the season. He's able to come back out. Interesting fact, James, all-time series between these two teams after Monday's win by Class A leads 60 wins to 25 wins. So this is important for Class B to try and get another win in this series.
You have a left corner three-pointer looking for it. Knocking it down, Fedorchuk. And it's a 4-point lead once again, 63-59. Class B over Class A, 14:40 to go. Thank you to all of our season-long sponsors on the flag, Busick Olson and Associates, Dakota Refrigeration, Chose Investments, Consolidated Communications, Hornbachers, CI Apparel, Van Dam Chiropractic, and Glass Doctor. Thank you for making our coverage of high school sports possible all season long on the flag. And as well, real quick, while we have a break in the action for a couple seconds, Alinius Davis, the star defensive lineman out of Moorhead High, going into his senior season, has made his commitment between University of Minnesota, Iowa State, and the University of Washington. And that young man is going to Washington. He's going to be a Husky.
There you go.
Congratulations to him, the 3-star defensive lineman, doing some big things for the Moorhead Spuds for one more year, and he's gotten that up and out of his way. Looking for the steal back the other way. Goes Mike Nile, looking for the reverse layup, and it'll be a foul before a shot opportunity.
he will join, and I'm drawing a blank on his name now, but there is a quarterback from Pierce, South Dakota, who will be heading into his senior year. He is also committed to the University of Washington, so some local talent from the region, the Dakotas and obviously western Minnesota, that's going to be heading out to Washington to go to Seattle and be a part of the Husky Nation out there.
Turnaround Jay from Brett Limke. And he's up to 5 here on the night. Yeah, it's going to be great. As we get these commitments, we have this all-star game, Jace, at high school sports is right around the corner for us, a couple weeks away, and we'll be covering Friday Night Lights, and that's when life is all good for us once again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Turnaround
better than that.
Turnaround Jay for Kallenbach does not fall. Joe Hurlbert over to McQuillan at the wing. McQuillan picks up the dribble, loses the handle, and it will be Class B basketball once again.
I won't forget when we were still kind of, in a sense, remote for a lot of things, and obviously on Flag Sports Saturdays from 9 to 11 on AM 1100, the Flag, and their group of stations, and WDAY. But we had Joe Hurlbert, who just knocks down a three, as I'm trying to set everything up by saying we interviewed Joe.
Yeah.
And I think he was just finished up with his sophomore year, and we interviewed him, and it sounded like he sounded like a grown man on the phone there.
Yeah, he's built physically, and he's ready for the college game, that's for sure. As he drives down low, goes between the legs, and he's fouled on a shot. He'll go to the line for 2 more. Had kind of a quiet night, but the last 30 seconds or so, he goes, all right, guys, we have a 5-point lead, and we got to put the burners on because Class A is more than capable of scoring a handful of buckets in a very quick amount of time.
I know. I was kind of expecting the Hurlbert twins to kind of not necessarily come out here and dominate, but to be a little more present in the offensive type of game plan with the size that they have. I mean, I realize you don't necessarily want to just try and post them up because the game, an all-star game, is going to be really free-flowing as he knocks down both those free throws. But I was expecting them to be a little bit more emphatic on the stat sheet.
Driving inside, Evan Gross, his first bucket of the half. He's up to 5 on the night. We're going to have a couple of Class A beaters hit the deck, jump ball. Coming out of the scuffle with the basketball is going to be Brett Limke, but it will still stay with Class A. There we go. 12:52 to go here in the second half. Hornbacher scoreboard reads Class B 68, Class A 63. In a heated Class A versus B battle once again in the Lions All-Star game. Up to the top, looking for the three-pointer. Kallenbach's three is good. 3 3-pointers on the night for the MSUM football commit. It's a 2-point game.
Do you know what position he's playing for your Dragon football team?
It's a good question. I think he'll have a little bit of opportunity, I believe, somewhere between a skill position offensively and defensively, and you'll figure it out from there.
Yeah, he's 6'1", got good size, obviously. So if it's a wide receiver position, a defensive back position, I mean, he looks more along those lines right now. But obviously, you get to those college weight programs, and he can put on some weight and be a bigger player, maybe bulk up to a different position like safety or something.
Limke has it up to the top to Kallenbach. Kallenbach step back, decides not to. Right corner, looking for Now. Now, step back, three-pointer, corner, go! Mike Now. He'll be doing that in the NSIC the next 4 years. It's a 1-point lead now for Class A. It's stolen, going back the other way, looking for the alley-oop. Gross tried to get it to Nile, but a little miscue there. Out of bounds, Class B ball.
There was just a small 6'11" center in the way of you. And
minuscule. Minor hiccup in the road. Little.
I don't know if you didn't see Joe.
Class A has regained the lead, 69-68, but Class B with the basketball. McQuillan looking to try and give Class B the lead once again. Picks up his dribble. Into the corner they go. Joe Hurlbert at the top. Pump fakes a shot. Drives inside for the one-handed slam. Joe Hurlbert in Class B leapfrogs A once again, 70-69. And all the way back the other way, you're going to have Evan Gross, who's going to end up being fouled on it. On an opportunity.
Skalski with the foul there, so that negated a very emphatic block by Joel Hurlbert. And he's gotten more active here in the second half. James, he's got the three. He got to the line for 2 free throws, has the big dunk. He was able to turn the corner a little bit there on Michael Nile and able to go throw that one down.
11:31 to go here in the second half. First free throw off the back of the iron, a little bit strong, no good for Evan Gross. They get all of our season-long sponsors on the flag. Music Olson and Associates, Cold Refrigeration, Chose Investments, Consolidated Communications, Hornbachers, CI Apparel, Van Dam Chiropractic, and Glass Doctor. Thank you for making our coverage of high school sports possible all season long on the flag, including these awesome All-Star Lions games. Second free throw, no good either. Coming down with the rebound is Scott Wagner. Wagner gets it over to Brandt. Brandt up into the front court. Between the legs, drives inside, trying to beat a defender, goes from one baseline to the next. Right corner, three-pointer goes up. What goes up must come down as it gets rebounded by Class A. And Gross, who tries to hit his teammate in the corner, and Eric Wentz, who just knocks down the Lions All-Star backboard for post-game photos. He goes, we don't need that yet.
Well, we should probably look over and see if Chase Miller is okay with that getting knocked over, because they were doing interviews and stuff down there for their live stream. So hopefully that's not theirs, but I'm sure it's the Lions club.
Either way, they got to put back up. It's all good to go. Right. No harm, no foul.
Well, looks like they're still struggling to get it put back up and stay up.
Tough aggressive defense right there as they were trying to get it down low to Wagner, but Grubb said, no, not on my watch. You're not getting anything down in the post. 10:57 to go. Class B leads Class A 70-69. Inbound pass to Wagner. Wagner at the top. Pivots around, being pestered by Grubb, and we're going to hit the deck. The way of Brandt, but he's all right. He jumps up.
Kind of just accidentally just ran into him, kind of stopped.
Incidental contact, kind of trying to force a steal. Kind of.
If you're not paying attention when you're driving down traffic now with all the road construction in town, and you just slam in the back of somebody.
Going to muscle his way in. Wagner is going to keep his positioning as Grubb, and he's able to sell a charge. Class B with a 1-point lead. Class A looking to take it back as the inbounds pass is going to go to McGill, the Fargo South product. As he wants to get up into the front court quick. He wants to get that lead back for Class A in a hurry. Back up to the top to Wentz. Wentz looking for the pullback. Decides not to. Drives inside. Carlson's shot is blocked. Goes out of bounds. Class A basketball. 18 seconds of the shot clock. 10:34 to go. Stay tuned for your Van Dam Chiropractic post-game show along with your CI Apparel player of the game at the conclusion of this exciting All-Star game. You have any ideas, Jace, on who you like? Besides, everybody playing tonight. Stolen pass, looking back the other way. Trey Brandt, reverse layup up and in.
There are several players that are making a name for themselves tonight, trying to get that Player of the Game award, which I know they always covet when we cover games, is to get our blessing as Player of the Game. But there's a few standouts so far.
Wagner with the steal, down low, looking back the other way, over to Yankton, the laying in. Yankton up to 4 points, and that's his first actual bucket of the night. The other two coming complimentary to the free throw line. Midway through the second half, it's a 5-point Class B lead and a pestering defense again, stealing it away. This time is McQuillan. Back up to the top to Yankton. Yankton has it at the wing. They were set up a screen. He decided not to. He wants them to clear out. He wants to spread out the offense a little bit.
Trying to get Wagner solo down low on a switch.
Driving inside, looking for the floater. Yankton shot, no good. Coming down, it's going to be McGill. McGill back the other way, pushing tempo and puts the brakes on it and makes everybody stutter step a little bit, trying to keep their balance. Back down low to Grubb. Grubb shot, no good. Coming down with the rebound here. Gannon Limke has it. Back up to Hendrickson. Driving down low. Swatted away by McGill. Coming down with the rebound, though, will be Limke. Yankton, right elbow jumper. He'll knock it down. They're going to call Grubb for a foul. There's a little bit of physicality between Grubb and Wagner.
Well,
sure you recall, Jess, the three-pointer by Yankton, no good. They get it back down low. Look at Sharif, the layup up and in transition, but from Aaron Grubb's football days as a lineman for Mandan, watching him in the state tournament. He's a young man that's going to give you 110%. He won't shy down from anybody, no matter if he's 5 inches shorter and 30 pounds lighter. He's going to give it everything he has. Back the other way in transition, they're going to have it Limke into the corner. Sharif, three-pointer comes up short, looking for the offensive rebound. And Montebaker, he got hurt, but he's back in again for the putback.
He's a gamer. He's not going to come out of a game like this. I mean, Ian Mochenbaker's the type of player that he's just a gym rat. He wants to play all the time.
And that's why Saul Phillips said he's my man. He's my new point guard. He wants him because no matter what that young man is going through, if he can walk, he's on the hardwood. And that's exactly what Bart Manson loved about him the last couple of years so much, is he is nothing short of a warrior.
And you know what? I have to think that part of the reason why they work so well together at Davies, his teammate Mason Claybo, I think Mason has got the same makeup as Ian.
Inbounds pass stolen away by Mike now in transition with two-handed slam.
2 hands for safety, James. Got to make sure he gets it to its destination.
And they're right back the other way. Paul Olsen's layup in transition, contested, no good. Coming down with the rebound is Gross, and he'll be shoved, fouled. Class B 6 foul and a half, so 1-1 from here on out. Both classes, both squads have 16 fouls and a half with 8:10 to go. 1-1's at the bare minimum from here on out.
And this game's intensity has really ratcheted up. Now we've got a 1-point game. Class A retakes the lead.
Limke with a quick stutter step, drives left side of the lane. An easy lay-in for him as the defender was on him, but he knew he had him when he had that stutter step. That's what he did so well the past couple of years for the West Fargo High Packers.
When Brett Limke's such a smart player, son of a coach, I mean, he just knows how to play this game.
As you have 7:40 remaining here in the second half, Class A leapfrogs once again, 77-76 on the Hornbacher scoreboard. Down low looking for a shot, swatted away here by Class A, and immediately you're going to have McQuillan committing the foul before any opportunity of Limke to clear that thing out for another emphatic potential jam for Class A.
Yeah, that was going to be for sure 2 points. It was going to be a 3-on-1, but got the foul at the right position, so you didn't have to worry about the breakaway foul or whatever. I mean, they're calling it a take foul now these days in the NBA. They've got a new rule that's going to hopefully help prevent some of that, James. I don't know if you saw that news break across the NBA. They're trying it out in Summer League. A take foul, kind of like a situation like that. The team that got the foul that was fouled, they get a free throw and they get the ball. So maybe that might be a rule that trickles down to college and high school eventually in the next decade.
The free throws fall for Limke. Class B looking to get back in it. Shot goes up. Swatted away by Nile, but there's goaltending and 2 points away in McQuillan. 1-point game once again. Nobody's running away with this one tonight.
McQuillan actually got that one to go down regardless of Michael now hitting it, but the goaltending stops everything, and so 2 points to McQuillan there.
7:10 to go here in the second half. Class A looking to try and expand on this 1-point lead, but Class B, that size and tenacious defense, I give props to any bucket Class A has been able to get the last 2 nights.
I know. It's been an impressive feat, especially if Class A can find a way to win this one.
Sharif loses the handle. Over to Nile. Top of the key. Three-pointer. Rattles around. Can't fall. Coming down with the rebound here will be Gus Hurlbert. Quiet night for Gus.
He had Lemke open in that far corner that if he could have passed it over to him, he had a wide-open set shot for Lemke.
Right elbow, Gus Hurlbert. As I say that, he says, James, take that. Right elbow jumper from a pull-up. And he knocks it down effortlessly. Trying for the counter is Nile. Nile's no good. Coming down with the rebound, Jiskra. Back up into the front court this time as they go with Olsen. Olsen picks up his dribble, back down low for Skalski. Skalski falling down to the hardwood on his tail end, gets the bucket to fall. Trapper Skalski gets himself on the score sheet. Class B in the second half, Jace. This game is going to be a photo finish.
I think so. I mean, I think last night's game actually came down to a late 10-2 run by Class A, so they're going to have to try and do the same thing again tonight.
Wench's three-pointer goes out the side of the iron. Yanked in with the rebound. Class B with 3-point lead, looking to expand on it. The Class B boys want to do what the Class B girls did, and that's take down Class A in a Class A gymnasium. Class A, though, looking for a little bit of revenge for tonight and a little bit of just extra sweep material, essentially, for the season. Right elbow, deep three-pointer, no good this time from Brandt. Goes out of bounds. They're going to say Class B ball. Fresh 30 on the clock.
I'm going to say that's off Eric Wentz. I thought they were going to call that one off of Jaden Yankton from 4 wins in Awaka.
Pull up three-pointer here. That one doesn't fall either this time for Hendrickson. Back up into the front court goes Class A. Wentz, left corner, three-pointer, no good. Coming down with the rebound and can't get it to fall was Carlson, but a foul. And Carlson with a 1-1.
Third foul on Joel Hurlbert, if I could enunciate that last name correctly.
The Packer turned Viking. We'll go. welcome back to the sold-out gymnasium at Fargo Davies here in the middle of July. The Class A All-Stars battle the Class B All-Stars in boys basketball with the first free throw dropping here. Looking to go 2 of 2 from the line, Nick Carlson, as we come back from break, and he knocks him down. 1 point game once again, Class B 82, Class A 81. We're in for an instant classic here and another thrilling potential triple-digit game both ways.
I don't know if I'd have to do the math change, but they're about on pace to be able to get to those triple digits.
Pass stolen away by Eagle staff. Back the other way, looking for the layup. Can't get it to fall. Grubb with the board. Put back up and in. Aaron Grubb takes a breather for a minute and then asserts himself physically and says, I'm getting this one this time, guys. Left elbow. Three-pointer, no good. Joe Hurlburt with the board. Are they going to call that out of bounds or
yeah, I think
foul? Because if it's Class B ball, shouldn't that have been a foul?
No, I think it was Eagle staff when it knocked it out of Joe's hands.
Okay.
It hit on the line, so that's why.
All right, that
makes sense.
Yeah, it fixes my confusion.
Okay, well,
even though I don't know if my wording quite did that. But
that's tough to be able to fix your confusion.
20 seconds left on the shot clock. Joe Hurlburt looking for the three-pointer, can't get it to fall. Coming down with the rebound is Carlson. Carlson picks up his dribble in the backcourt, kicks it over to Kallenbach.
That was almost a little mistake right there.
Eagle staff at the top, being guarded by Hurlburt. Drives inside, looking to spin around. Kallenbach, three-pointer, up in. Comes up strong, but a rebound and a putback again by Aaron Grubb. 2 possessions, 2 putbacks off offensive boards, and that young man has got Class A back in the lead, 85-82 on the Hornbacher scoreboard with 4:19 to go in the second half. A foul committed. Trey Brandt to the line for a 1-and-1.
Fouls on Eric Wentz. Wentz is, I think, one of the few players that hasn't gotten into the scorecard tonight for Class A.
Interesting enough, he's playing for one final time under his head coach, Gene Winchesky from Minot High, before he heads off to McAllister to play for the men's basketball program there. As Brandt's free throw is good, he'll get a second opportunity here. Once again, we have the thinnest of margins, a 1-point game, 85-84, Class A with the lead. Stay tuned for your Van Dam Chiropractic postgame show and your CI Apparel player of the game. At the conclusion of this one this evening is Jace. I don't know if you can pick a player of the game until the very last shot has been taken, because 85-84, 1 point has seemed to kind of be the margin of victory and error the last 5 or 6 minutes of ball here.
There's a number of players that are putting up some impressive stats tonight to try and be named player of the game, but it's going to come down to, like you said, we've got 4 minutes left on the Hornbacher scoreboard here, 85-84, and we're going to have to wait and see until we get to the triple zeros.
Class B down low, Paul Olsen, the track star, getting a dunk there.
Nice pass from Joel Herbert there to find him on a cut to get that dunk.
Miguel left corner, three-pointer, no good. Coming down with the offensive board, though, the putback this time, Evan Groves. And Class B had the lead just long enough for Class A to get a shot off.
Exactly. That's all you need is just a moment.
Class B retaliates just as quick. Trey Brandt this time blowing by 3 defenders. Getting the layup off the right side. 1 point game once again. Into the left corner they go. Looking for the step back three-pointer. Can't get it to fall. Coming down with the rebound this time is going to be Wagner. Class B 88. Class A 87. 3:15 to go. Brandt picks up his dribble. Guarded by McGill in the corner. Timeout. Class B. And head coach Rick Smith of Four Winds Menominee.
Before or after the game, they have you covered with their quick and easy meals. Stop in today and check them out in the deli and meat departments.
Moments after we come back from break, there's going to be a charge on Class B. Class A with the ball.
It was a clear out with that arm, that sweeping move to knock down the defender. So offensive foul, ball goes back over to Class A.
In football, they call it the swinging gate. They love it. Basketball, the official goes, no, you can't crack a rib here.
Exactly.
Class A basketball trailing by 1, 3 minutes to go. Mike Nye on the wing, being guarded by Hurlburt up to the top to McGill. Couple of foes turn friends here on the drive. Shot is up, no good. Rebounded by Joe Hurlburt over to Yankton. It's awesome seeing these former rivals become
teammates
as you have.
Yeah.
become teammates here in the Class B and Class A All-Star game. 2:38 to go.
Brent Lemke had to hustle to the sideline to try and save that ball inbounds. He got to it, but unfortunately when he was throwing the ball inbounds to his teammate, he stepped on the line out of bounds, and Class B gets a second chance with a fresh shot clock.
Inbounds pass, 2:35 to go here. 19 fouls on Class B, 7 on Class A. Couple of minutes left in the basketball careers, I suppose, of some of these young men. And, of course, hey, quite a few of them as well. Joe Hurlbert's three-pointer is good. A handful of them will be continuing their education and basketball careers at different colleges as well, as they have going back the other way. They're going to have him move with McQuillan. McQuillan at the wing. Into the corner to Hurlbert. 2 minutes to go here. Brandt has it into the corner. Class B looking for revenge. Class A looking to basically just come on top here once again. Under 2 minutes to go, 1:50 to be exact. Into the left wing, three-pointer, no good. Rebounded Nile. They kick it back over to Lemke. Lemke has it as he gives it over to Eaglestaff. Eaglestaff, pull up three, just as we've seen it so many times before. Eaglestaff putting his team on his back, this time in an all.
It's the first thing that you see.
1:40 to go in a classic here at Fargo Davies High. Class B 91, Class A 90, Class B with the ball, 20 seconds to the shot clock, looking to kill some clock but get a quality shot as well. Joe Hurlbert in the corner, going cross pass over here to McQuillan. Trying to set his feet is going to be Wentz, but he's not quite able to. In time, McQuillan to the line for a 1-and-1. Trying to draw the charge, called for the block is Wentz. And we saw that in the state tournament a couple of times. Wentz being able to be sneaky and in kind of really, towards the three-point line, being able to draw a foul in that area.
Exactly, and a nice rebound there by Eaglestaff on the miss.
Left corner, looking for the three-pointer. Coming down, no good. Coming down with the board. Carlson, back up strong. Can't get it to finish, and Brandt comes down with it. As Brandt goes up into the front court here. Class B looking for the comeback. And head coach Rick Smith. There is nothing sluggish about this All-Star game. 91-90. Class B leads at 1 minute to go, halfway through the shot clock. Hendrickson has it at the top. Looking to kill some clock as they give some handoffs at the top of the key. 8 seconds of the shot clock. No, they got to make some offense happen. Stolen away by Wedge. Going back the other way, between the legs at the wing. Back up to the top to Brett Lemke. A floor general for the Packers, now for the All-Stars. Over at the wing, Kallenbach has it. Knocked down a handful of threes so far tonight. Cross-court pass. He was looking for Carlson. And like we've said so many times tonight, Jace, the chemistry just not quite there at times just because they've only spent a week playing ball together.
Yeah, back-to-back possessions where just miscommunications on passes ends up in turnovers. So Class B still with that 1-point lead, and Hurlbert sets a huge screen on Eric Wentz.
As Brandt looking just to kill some more clock. He wants to kill clock. He doesn't want buckets. It's a 1-point game, though. They got to get one, otherwise it could be trouble. Looking down low, and Olsen going to be fouled by Lemke. Hard foul. Lemke comes over there.
Yeah, Lemke
pats a fellow friend on the back and says, "Hey, man, no hard feelings. I just didn't want you to dunk on me."
Yeah, Lemke is just trying to prevent the easy bucket there. Just a normal, smart basketball play, not allowing the easy shot. Just grabbed him on his wrist, but when he did that, it threw the player off balance there. But he'll get 2 free throws here at the line.
Paul Olsen looking to make it a 3-point game here. His first free throw is good. He has an opportunity for a second at the line. 18 seconds to go in the Lions All-Star game here at Fargo Davies with Class B with a 2-point lead. 92-90 on the Hornbacher scoreboard. Second free throw from Olsen. Cool, calm, and collected. 3-point game, 18 seconds to go. Kallenbach has it. Across half court he goes, across that Eagles logo. Wentz at the top of the key, drives inside, picks up his dribble into the wing. Carlson, Lemke, foul.
They got something drawn up to try and get a last-second shot here to try and tie it up and force overtime.
Don't be surprised to see Eaglestaff with some type of acrobatic shot that has no reason going in, but he drops it. They get the inbounds. Lemke has it into the right wing. Having at the top. Kallenbach throws up a three-pointer, and he got fouled on the ground with 2.5 seconds to go.
I'm not sure about that play. I think they had it drawn up for action on both sides, and they had Trace and Eaglestaff coming open on the left wing, but Lemke had his head turned to the right, and so he saw Kallenbach come open, but they got him fouled on the ground before the shot went off, so he's got 2 free throws instead of a potential 3.
And that first free throw falls for him. If you're right here, Jason, 2.5 seconds to go, Kallenbach knocks it down, 2-point game. Have you practiced it before? Do you try and throw it off the front of the iron, back at yourself, and kick it out to one of your teammates in Lemke or whoever in the wing? It's a bang play, and he tries it and he misses the iron.
Yep. I would have thought, though, with 2.5 seconds, you could have got a quick foul, put him on the line for 2. Been down by 1, and then still had a half-court heave or something. But, yeah, if you could have somehow made that play happen off the front of the rim back to you in a quick shot, that would have been really, really impressive. Class, don't forget about this when it comes to your high school career.
Class B trying to inbound it. They're able to get it immediately fouled. As come screaming in there was Evan Gross from St. Mary's.
His first foul of the game.
2 free throws, though, in the double bonus now guaranteed. And then, like you said, Jace, 2-point game now. Class B could close things out here with Paul Olson.
And they don't have any timeouts left for Class A.
They could ice it with 2 free throws in a 2-point game.
So if you get Paul Olson to miss one of them, and he is currently 3 for 5 from the line tonight, so 60% from the line. So you should see at least one of them go down.
First free throw goes, so at least it's a 1 full possession game with 1.6 remaining. Class B is 2.5 away from sweeping the day and avenging last night's loss. As Olsen's second free throw, it's over. 4-point game, inbounds pass, full court heave, and he knocks it down at the end. Nate Fedorchuk knocks it down. He finishes the night with 13 points, making it a 1-point game. Class B takes the revenge, 95-94. Stay tuned for your Van Dam Chiropractic post.